Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala had blessed me by being for Hajj and Umrah on several occasions. And every visit to the Haramain has got its special distinction and special beauty. You can't compare one trip to the other trip. Everyone is beautiful and everyone has got his own beautiful experience. For example, the first time I performed Hajj was after I had completed my studies. On my way back to home, I went for Hajj. I was in the hospital, raging fever, and no one could identify what was the reason for the fever. I had spent almost 2 weeks in hospital, and on the eve of Hajj, I was told that we will not allow you to go, you are not well. We will take you by helicopter to perform Hajj, and we take the responsibility that we will take you around Arafat. And I said, no, I'm not going to perform Hajj in such a way. They said, then you have to sign a disclaimer, and I signed the disclaimer. And perhaps there are many Hajj after that which were much more easier, much more comfortable. But the sweetness of that Hajj just remains. It was done while I was in fever, but it was something special. So every Hajj is unique. One of the lessons that I take for Hajj is submission. I think there is no other ibadat and other command of Allah Ta'ala that gives us the lesson of submission the way Hajj does. And submission to the commands of Allah Ta'ala is a cornerstone of our deen. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ دِينًا مِمَّنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهَهُ لِلَّهِ. Whose deen is better than the one who submits his entire countenance and his entire existence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Deen in reality is submission to the commands of Allah, leaving your own whims, your own desire, your own fancies, your own thoughts, and subjugating it and bringing it under the control and the commands of Allah Ta'ala. And while we all believe in this as an objective, Hajj manifests it. Your whole year you read Salat on time. On the day of Arafat, which is perhaps one of the most virtuous days in the year, time of Maghrib, you don't read it on time. Although Allah Ta'ala says, Inna salata kanat al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. But what you do, you don't read it on time, you go and read it in Muzdalifah at the time of Isha. Why? You submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is Allah Ta'ala's command on that given day. Even if you feel that I have performed my salat on time there or throughout the year, yeah, I must perform it on time. No, you don't do it that time. You go and pelt the jamarat, now which we call it the pelting of the shaitan. Now, if you look at it, you don't see shaitan, right? But why do you do it? You do it because the command of Allah. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did it, and he said, perform your Hajj the way you see me performing the rites of Hajj. And that's what we do. You know, someone can say, and Imam Ghazali Rahmatullah Alayhi has written it, if a person while pelting the jamarat feels that why am I pelting, I don't see shaitan, then remember that has been put into his mind by shaitan who don't want him to carry it out. He must carry it out with even more fervor. You do it out of submission. And that is the essence of deen which we learn from Hajj.